So I go to his place. He respects my wishes. He's so nice. He cuddles me all night. And I'm like, are you gay?
Yo, I'm back with another video review. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell while you are here. I'm your host, the Solo Traveler ORD. Thanks for checking out this video. So, of course, you see the title. Yes, women are the problem. And they have admitted it too in these videos. So, yes, a lot of brothers have been basically crucified growing up in the 90s into the 2000s, watching daytime TV shows and so forth. And you've always heard a lot of the talk has always been that it's the man's fault, especially for black men. You know, that is one of the biggest things that we've actually heard throughout the 90s on these talk shows, that we're all dogs and that we were horrible, we suck, and this and that. So, but now, as you can see, a lot of men, no, they really don't suck. It's just the women, they're just basically projecting what they are. This is what it is, because as we know it, a lot of men started traveling and men are having relationships overseas, also getting married, having long-lasting relationships and marriages. So who is really the problem? Is it men or is it the women? Well, me, I say, I think it's the women. So, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and check out these videos. Without further ado, let's go. So this video says women talks about pointing the finger at her husband when she was the problem. You're not the prize. You're the problem. That's right.
Spent so much time pointing at my husband, pointing out the things that I wish he would change, nagging at him for the things that he wasn't. I spent so many years doing that I could have actually spent working on myself. If I would have been truthful and realized that I was the common denominator of my failed relationships. It's me, Judge. Yeah, me. I'm the problem.
But the problem is that media will say that, no, you're not the problem. The man is the problem. No matter what, is his fault. So you have grew up in this culture that has always basically made it that you were not accountable for whatever you did, and that men was held accountable for everything that they did.
Girl, you gonna get in this marriage and the enemy will try to deceive you like that man is the problem. It's you. To be honest with y'all, I don't think that I became a good wife until I got to the lowest moment of like looking at myself and saying, you're not a good wife. It wasn't until then that I got up and I was like, okay, now that I faced myself, I can see what I'm working with and I can grow. But as I was continuing to ignore and act delusional like he was the only one with issues, I kept falling in this tunnel. And so a lot of us are running from ourselves and so ready to blame our husbands and he don't do this. Baby, when you go to heaven, God ain't gonna ask you what that man did. He's gonna talk to you about you. If I focus on myself, I go on my individual healing journey, I will see why I am the way that I am and how I can get better, but not to arrive in this marriage like, here's the prize, I'm here, here's your lovely wife. No, girl, you are angry, codependent, you don't know how to serve, you don't know how to just shut up. Let's get real. You're the problem.
True. Yo, a lot of women have a lot of trauma and they don't even want to address that. So they will say that men are the problem, but as you can see, she has went through her trauma, she understood it and she faced it and took care of it. But a lot of women, they don't. And like I said, they project their issues onto men. Of course, they say men are the problem. Yo, check out this next video.
I'll tell you what, all these women out here looking for a man like you got, and you got the nerve to be mistreating him?
Always slick out your mouth, taking who he is and all he does for granted. Lying to that man's face, telling him he ain't gonna find nobody like you. Well, for his sake, I hope not.
Why would he even think about falling in love with somebody else who's treating him like you treating him? Baby, he done went to God and prayed for you. And of course he prayed for himself, but he prayed for the relationship between you two.
And by the way things are going,
he might be kicking himself in the tail because he probably should have prayed before he got with you.
Yep.
maybe the relationship would be different. Or maybe the person would be different.
Either way, if you don't want him, why don't you just let him go? Won't you put your theory to the test?
Go ahead. Prove that he won't find anybody like you. I tell you what, you gonna wake up one morning hollering, if I coulda, shoulda, while the next woman is showing you how you should have treated him in the first place. And you can call her names. You can say she doesn't have as much, or she don't make as much, or she don't look as good. You know how you do. But I tell you what, she knows how to treat that man. And no, this ain't no threat. This ain't no scare tactic. This here ain't nothing but the truth. You go ahead and take some time to think about it.
And instead of you taking me seriously, I bet you sitting up here worried about how I'm saying ain't and got and no and blah, 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 blah. Because that's how you do. You're focusing on the wrong things.
Yep.
You better focus on the lesson and not the words I'm using to get them across. I love you. Be well.
Finish her. Brutality.
Woo, she was killing it, man. I was about to say, man, I couldn't even stop that video because she was going in, and with that hard ass beat in the background, yo, I gotta say that, yo, she was nothing but truth, man. Brothers, what more can I say? She went in. Move on to the next video. I got another woman over here preaching.
I really don't appreciate shit, and this is why chivalry is dead. This is why men don't want to do shit for us anymore, because the minute you start to not appreciate but expect shit, I'm not doing it for you. And I'm a woman and I feel that way. And I know men that feel that way. I don't have to do anything for you but respect you. I don't have to send you money. I don't have to spend money on you. I don't have to do any of that. Nope. That's something I want to do.
God dang, somebody finally got it. That's it. Just a little appreciation and gratitude will go a long way. But when you make me feel as though I have to, then that don't sit well with people. You was going to lunch with your coworkers and I shot you $40 for your lunch, but you was going to spend $60. Don't be mad because I didn't send the whole 60. Be grateful that I sent you 40. Now you only got to spend 20 of your own money instead of the whole 60. What's so hard about that?
I could never understand that math. It's like they're just selfish. You know, if you help them out, they upset and they want the whole thing paid off. That's the entitlement. That is sad. Here in the West, in the wicked West, it's like, what the hell? How is it that you're gonna get upset because he helped you out, but because it wasn't exactly what you wanted? Yo, brothers, this is why I tell y'all, you gotta look at other options.
You don't even recognize the blessing when it's right there in front of your face. Some may be throwing me off when they talk about a man got to take him to a 5-star restaurant on the first date and this and that. Then when y'all settle down, y'all get a date, and now Applebee's every week is good enough. And what be throwing me off is y'all want me to take y'all to restaurants that y'all wouldn't even take y'all stuff. You want him to go spend $400, $500, $600 on a meal, but when you got to spend your own money, it's too much. Basically, what you're saying is you want me to treat you better than you treat you. You've been struggling paying your bills for the last 3 years, and a man come in your life and he say, I'm going to take half of that from you. No. I'm going to take 70% of your bills from you, and I'm going to take care of that. And it's still not enough for women. I don't understand that. This is the generation of women of wanting something for nothing.
Yep.
Hey, man, do me a favor. Push the like and follow button and help me run these numbers up like somebody would have stole a credit card. Ain't no way y'all are going to help me out.
Go ahead and help the brother out. He was spitting a lot of truth, man. Go help him out. Go like and subscribe to him and hit him up and so forth. So, but yo, man, it's the truth. Exactly. This is what all men are thinking. They're thinking like, you guys are ungrateful, entitled, and this is why men, I'm like, yo, what are their options as far as looking for other types of women? And this is why we have, passport bros, men traveling, going to other countries. What it is, because you know that those women are more appreciative of what you do for them, as opposed to what is going on here in the States. And I'm not saying every woman from outside of the country feels that way, but most of them that you run into, the good ones, that is, they are appreciative of everything that you do. Let's move on. Yo, since men aren't lining up to be stepdaddies, no, men are not lining up for that. Get that out of here.
But guess what? There's no line of men waiting to be a stepdaddy.
Nope.
There's lines of men waiting to you.
Yeah,
yes.
I can hit that.
Yes.
Yep.
There's plenty of them. There's a line of men waiting to on me. But there is not a line of men waiting to be great stepdads. Nope. I want to be the best stepdad ever.
Preach.
No. So although that may be her reality, y'all women, the average woman, y'all need to get that shit out y'all mind. Then you're going to sit on your behind and have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. For what? Why? And then you want to cry and say you can't find a man. Fucking course, I bet you can't. You don't need to be looking for a man, honey. You need to be looking for a babysitter. Like,
more than that.
You need to be looking for the best job that you could possibly find. And then I'm not saying it is not possible, because it is possible. I know women who have a lot of kids and they got a man. But it's not easy, and it's not a line of men that's waiting to become stepdaddies. It's not.
it couldn't be me. Most of the dudes that are lining up to be stepdaddies, not saying every one of them, but a lot of them be simping. They need a place to stay, or they're on hard times and they just need somebody to be with. Not saying that that's everyone, but like I said, most of the time that's usually the case. Let's move on. And we got another one that is stating that she is the problem. Why is that? Why are you the problem?
Okay, I am the problem. I went on a date with this guy and he was like, it's getting late. Do you want to come back to my place? And I was like, sure, but I'm not going to sleep with you. Like, that's not happening. And he was like, that's totally fine. Just come over. And I was like, cool. So I go to his place. He respects my wishes. He's so nice. He cuddles me all night. And I'm like, are you gay? Like, what? And like, I just wanted him to like try, and then for me to be like, no,
How dare you?
Ma'am, you big dummy. Stop playing games with men. Men don't play those games, especially in this time. Men don't want to be bothered with that BS. There is so many accusations and things that are going on, and you want to play games like that? Come on, man. That's why he didn't even want to touch you. I'm glad he didn't even touch you. That's basically, you a crazy one. You got problems. You know what I mean? To even play those games with him.
You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna sleep with him. I just now I feel ugly. This is what.
Oh my God, the frustration of this one lady. This is wild for her to even bring this on social media. This is wild. I will keep it pushing because it just blows my mind. And brothers, just remember, a lot of us are not the problem, but the problems are what we see here in the West. But a lot of times it's time for us to just get your passport and move forward.
In Colombia, we don't say, I feel something for you. In Colombia, we say, se me encanta papacito. Ave Maria.
Yeah, this is an invitation for you to go overseas, to go somewhere, to go see where you are appreciated, where you are liked. So, yo, this is the Solo Traveler ORD. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell. And I appreciate everything. I'm out.